Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon everybody. We're up and about. Where are we, Graham?
We're in a pub in London, the ye old pirate pub, full of pirateness. Have a quick look around.
I'll do as well. Give a little sample of the
It's a really ye oldie
It's a
tavern.
bit like being in the Leaping Stag in The Wicked Lady,
this pub?
isn't it?
What's this pub actually called?
It's called the Holy...
Holy Land or something?
No, the Holy... What's the name?
The Holy Tavern.
The Holy Tavern, of course. Stupid me. The Holy Tavern, because we're near St John's Gate, which apparently is just a gate. We've travelled all this way. There is a museum there, but it's got to be the smallest museum in the world.
Yeah.
It's quite warm and cosy up here. Right, so I'm going to ask everybody's opinion on something. This video is a poll. It's a poll of opinions. Opinions that I will probably not be able to read, because when we get back to where we stay, we've got nanny state and we're not allowed to read comments on YouTube.
It's the internet service
Oddly
providing
enough-
restrictions.
Oddly enough, you can read comments on X, formerly known as Twitter, which is the most vicious place on the internet, but not on YouTube, which is the gingerbread man of social media. Oh well, don't know who thought of that idea. My question is, what should the king do in relation to reaction to his name and Catherine's name being named as royal racists? Should he do nothing?
Absolutely outrageous.
Should he sue? Or should William sue? There is talk that William wants to take legal action.
I'm sure there will be orders shouted into telephones as we speak. There'll be lots to do in the palace. Decisions will be being made.
I mean, there was some talk of the guy that used to work for Al Fayed. I forget his name now, Michael something, saying that the king couldn't sue for defamation, but I don't think this is a defamation type legal action. I think it's more infringement of privacy. I think that would be the sort of legal area. Should they just keep their mouths shut, keep calm, carry on? Should they sue? Should they release a statement? What would you do? What would you do if you were the King of England, Graham?
Someone accused me of being a racist.
Yes, let's say you had a daughter-in-law who had allowed information one way or another to get out.
I would banish her forever. Personally, I'd say I never want to hear that woman's name uttered again or see her face. And she's banished. If she ever sets foot on British soil, throw her in the Tower.
Well,
That's
I'm
what
not
I'd
sure
say.
he's got the power to do that. I don't think he can deny entry.
Well, she did ask me what I'd do if I was the King of England, and that's what I'd do.
And what if your lawyer said, "I'm sorry, sire, but that's not possible. It's not allowed."
Oh, get me the next best thing, you damn fools. What do I pay you for?
I'll tell you what I think I would do if I was the King of England. I'd go straight to MI5 and MI6 and I'd say, if you've got any dirt, release it to the press.
Oh, that's
now.
a good plan. That's a good plan.
Now. Some inconvenient conversation that may have been recorded. Something that may reveal true characteristics. Oh, it's getting busy in here now.
It is, but it's obvious that her entire history would have been dug up prior to the wedding.
Yes,
And there will be a dossier like that thick.
probably from the day Harry met her.
And so they could flick through and pick out some juicy bits to release,
Do you know what? I read a story
to leak.
about someone who said they met Prince Harry in a nightclub and they said he was really nice, he was chatting to them, and the next thing they knew they had these gigantic hands on their shoulders and his security were removing them from the nightclub.
Time to go. It's time you
And that was
left.
the end of that. I mean, they're very protected people. But yes, that's what I would do. I would go straight to MI6 and I'm pretty certain that's where William's going to go. Rumour is William is livid.
fabric.
as I said, I think yesterday or the day before, after I saw the photographs of him with Catherine at Royal Variety, I could see in his face he was livid.
Oh, he was livid. You could tell. And poor Catherine.
Yes.
You could see how sad she was. What should have been a really happy occasion. I mean, they tried to smile.
Apparently, friends of
The
hers,
eyes give it away, don't they?
friends of hers have spoken to newspapers, obviously unnamed, sources again, saying she was never anything to do with the conversation. It's nothing to do with her. That this is a total bitch move to try and drag her into it. And that I can well believe. I just can't imagine Catherine saying or having ever said anything of the sort. Yes, what's all this stuff you've got?
Cannabis buds.
Are they?
Yeah. No, they're not, but they look like they are.
And we're going to have a tour, aren't we?
At the Knights Templar.
No, the Knights Hospitaller. We're in a very, very old part of London at the moment. It's called Clerkenwell.
Knights of St John Place or something.
I've written it all down on a piece of paper somewhere.
She has.
Yes, Clerkenwell. We're in Clerkenwell. And
Whatever that is.
we've been in the museum, which is free. And basically, they're the foundations of the St John's Ambulance.
Yes.
And we're going to go back, and we've paid £12 each for a tour of the crypt and I think the church.
And the gate that we just went through, a big old stone gate, it was the original entrance to the Knights of St John's Hospital, which was built in 1500 and what did I say?
Something like that, but I mean...
But the original gate was made of wood, and that was much, much older than
the
that.
crypt,
Burnt
I
down.
think, is 11th century, and so is the church. I haven't seen any
So we're
evidence of a church.
We're going to look at the crypt and the church, yeah, this afternoon.
I'm becoming very fond of London. It's got all these old nooks and crannies and stuff. I really love it.
Well, it goes back to Roman days, you know.
It's a nice looking cranny out there, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
You can come
yeah,
up
yeah.
and join us if you like. There's a lot of seats up here.
There's another 4 people joining us in a minute, so it might be a bit cosy.
That's it, innit, mate?
I feel like we're conspiring to commit a crime.
Yeah,
It's a perfect place for it, isn't it?
Conspiring
Conspiracy
over
corner.
candlelight.
Just have a quick look around, see who we're talking to. There you go, mate. Say hello to YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
And apparently this place gets quite packed. It's
It's very popular.
It's really tiny, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes me want to get a toy corn out and
Me too.
Wenches dress on.
Yeah, corset and all that.
Hitch those cleavage right up. You know?
Oh, you wouldn't want to see that. All the wrinkles form when you do
Hey,
that.
hey,
Oh, God.
stop being ageist. You ageist,
I could get a fake cleavage to stick over the top of it, couldn't I?
So could I.
I can assure you that.
To go with my sex change.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. How's that working out for you, mate?
I'm keeping the beard though, whatever happens.
I had someone try to do it a bit like a
I was just thinking of somebody. I'm not going to say on YouTube. I'm not going to say. So anyway, I'd like to know your opinion. What should the king do? He's flying back, or has probably arrived back from his COP meeting, and there's going to be a big powwow at Clarence House or Buckingham Palace or somewhere like that, where they're going to discuss it. Oh, and I noticed somebody said that Meghan and Harry said they died by a cuts of 1,000 no comments. And now people are saying, well, the royal family are dying by a cuts of 1,000 no comments and the silence from Meghan and Harry. I bet Meghan loves that. I bet she loves that. She's thinking, oh yeah, now see how that feels. But the thing is, she doesn't realise how deeply, deeply unpopular she's becoming. Was she ever popular in the first place?
And the irony of it is, and I've said it all along, was when she married him, all she had to do
That was citrus.
was zip it,
But she'd be like
and
a
smile.
mermaid and she'd lose her voice.
smile and just go where they go, do what they do, and live the life of Riley, because you've made it in life, big time, forever. But only she could fuck that up. I mean, not just fuck it up, but fuck it up so big time. I mean, no one else would ever fuck that up. If they actually reached that pinnacle in their
I
life,
knew the day they got married. I mean, we watched the wedding from the Dolphin Safari office, and it was all lovely, the way the light shone through the chapel, and Charles met her halfway down the aisle. But when her and Harry were in the carriage going back to wherever it was, she had this look on her face like, I'm gonna conquer the world now. And I thought, oh, it's gone to her head. She's gone crazy, man. And that was the day her real downfall began.
I think perhaps she wanted to tell the Queen how to be Queen and how to run the monarchy. And maybe her suggestions were not met with the eagerness and anticipation that she'd hoped for.
So yes, which would you go for? Total no comment, release a statement, sue, or go to MI5 and MI6. Oh, that was MI5, by the way, on Millbank the other day in my video.
It was.
I was being a little facetious, saying, well, I wonder who could possibly be in this important building, because we all know the Sugars will be using things like Lens to find out where we are and what we're up to.
Well, we've yet to see, haven't we, what kind of king King Charles is.
Well, as Princess Anne says, I think we know what we're getting. He was the Prince of Wales for 70,
Yes, we're not.
70 years.
He's been
but-
around a long time. We're not in for any surprises, for sure. But he hasn't been king before, so let's see.
I think
Give the guy a chance. Let's see
don't
what kind of
underestimate
king
him.
he's going to prove to be.
And I think he's got great support around him from Camilla, William, Charles, and Sophie, and Edward, and Anne, and actually Andrew and Fergie and the wider family. I think there's a lot of support. Apparently, the whole lot of them are livid.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me.
I would suggest they've rather got the moral high ground at the moment as things go. And the more Meghan opens her mouth, the more unpopular she makes herself. I'm amazed Ari Emanuel, who's apparently the company Endeavour is going to go private after all. Oh dear, yes. It's only been on the stock exchange for a couple of years, but they're having to go back private. He's unringing the NASDAQ bell. And Netflix, I see Netflix are advertising on UK TV. Please sign up for Netflix, please sign up for Netflix, remember us. Oh dear, how far they've fallen. At least Spotify made the right decision. Well, let's see. I'm looking forward to the shopping trolley shot from the Daily Mail. Thank you very much for listening.